So today we'll be looking at the interactive buttons. So if you go to your Moodle and under Flash and Animate, you'll see this folder. If you open this, try to download everything because we'll be using, um, we'll be creating some buttons, we'll be adding sounds to buttons, and we will be coding some buttons. All right. So once you have all of your tutorials and your files downloaded, we'll start off with the first tutorial that is there, that is creating your buttons, adding some codes there, and we'll see um, how it goes, right? So once you have your files downloaded, let's go and open Adobe Animate or Adobe Flash. So we'll be trying out the first one that is there, the button tutorial. This one. Okay. So you would see all the steps are given here, and we'll go on step by step of what is required to do. And there is a portion where you have to copy this code, okay, and insert it for our animation to work. All right, so let's create a new document. So the first thing in the tutorial says is set up the page, and you can save it as buttons.fla. Step 2, create a simple twin. Okay, add to the stage a simple twin of a box moving and around the scenes, and create a movie clip object, right? So if we press Control F8, right, we're creating a new clip. So here we'll put in movie clip, and we will give this a name as MC underscore animation, right? And we'll click OK. So this is going to be saved in the library. Under library, you will see, if you double click, you'll enter here. So our scene 1 is outside. We are now inside our scene called MC underscore animation. This is where we have to create a animation. So if you refer to the tutorial, it tells us to create a box and convert it into a graphics called gr underscore box and add an animation to move it around the scene. So we'll just create a box here, right, and then press uh, 8, and then this one will be a graphic, and we will name this as gr underscore box. Click OK, and we'll just add a simple twin. So let's see, at frame 40 we'll press F6. So the first scene 1 we want it here. At frame 40, say we want this to be here, and let's create a simple classic twin. Right, so if we play, sorry, I have to move in the object direction. Right, so this is our animation that we have done. Right, so now let's go and to click on scene 1. We're now outside. So here, so this one we can name that as our animation layer. This consists of our animation. Now we'll add two more layers. So the other one will be button and one will be action. This is where we will put in the coding, right? So in the button, on the buttons layer, we will again create a object. Okay, so control F8, and this time we will call it btn underscore start, and type we will give it as a button, and click OK, and we will insert a button. So let's create this and go into properties. You can yes, looks like a button. So we'll add another layer that will have the text. So the text we want is, you'll see these three things here. Okay, up, over, down, and hit. So up means if you hover on the button up, over, sorry, up is how it will look like originally. Over is when you hover on it. Down is when you click it and also hit, right? So we have to add, while your layer 2 is selected with the text, okay, type in start. Okay, you can give it any color you want. I'll just change the color to white and position it here, right? So animating the button, so animate the button, so when you roll over or click on the button, it changes to show the user that it is a button, right? Buttons have four states. You have up, normal state of the button. Over, this is the state when the mouse moves over the button. Down, when the user clicks on the button. And hit is the hit area, which is the area that is clickable, right? So change the button layer so that the button changes color from when rolling over and clicked. So what it basically does is, this is our button layer. So maybe this is button, and this is the text. So we want to change the color of the button, okay, when it's over and when it is down. Okay. So we'll add a keyframe here. So F6 and then F6 again. So here we'll click on over, select the button, click on the button, and in the field we can change to any color you want. So I'll change it to blue, and then down again I'll select this and I can change the color, say green, right? Also here we want to, so you can see if I click on this, you have red, blue, and green. Same thing here, we want to say when it is over, so in the down, we want the text to be written as now. Okay, so I will insert a blank keyframe, and then you can copy this and then change this start to now, right? So let's see. At the moment, we do not have anything showing up, right? So what we can do, we can bring in the button, start button. There. So if I click, it changes to now. So our button is working. And here is our animation. Let's bring our animation to here. The next thing is what we have to do is just simply copy this. Okay, under your library, your start button, we have already done that. For the stop one, we do not have to do much. So what we can do is right click and duplicate this and then change the name to button and click OK, and then you can double click, go inside the button. We want the stop button to be here. Change this from start to stop, and let's put the button here. So let's just arrange this stage so that everything is there, and then we have our animation. We put it here. Right. The next thing, if you refer to, is now we have to add the instance. Right. So add an instance to each of the object to the stage. An object on the stage needs to have an instance name for the action script to control. So whatever we have here, okay, they need a instance name. So click this one, I have to give it a name so that when the code run, they know which portion to move where and what, right? So if we click on this one under properties, okay, we have to give this name as animation underscore MC. The start one, you have to give it a name as start underscore btn, and stop, you have to give it name stop underscore btn. All right. So once that is done, our design is done. Next is we have to go and do the programming. So click on the action, the first frame in the action, double, if you click on that and press F9 on your keyboard, this actions panel will pop up. So simply what you have to do is, the code is already done for you. If you understand coding, you would understand what it's written here. It is basically telling what to do, telling the software what to do when you click on the button, what actions to start. So just paste there and then you can close it. You have coded that. And if you do a preview of this, if I click on this, there, start, and then I stop. Right. So you might have seen when I did a preview earlier, the stop button was not working. It was because when I came and checked here, my keys were at different places. So when you copy, make sure you go back to your stop button and then you move it here and change from here. So now if I do a control enter, start, stop, start, stop, start, stop, start. Yeah, so that is how you can program a button. Please do try this. I've already, I think, uploaded the sample file for that. right here, and do try and do let me know if you have any issues with that. So the next tutorial that we're looking at is the inserting sounds in buttons, right? The tutorial is there. You can the interactive buttons, okay, and I've already uploaded the complete file and I mean the work file and the sound as well, right? So if we look at the tutorial, so it basically gives us the step by step of what we have to do. So open the file, okay, then and save the file and click on the orange square, this one, right? And then go to modify and convert to symbol, and we can give it a name as stop button, right? All right. So one thing, I did put your stop button. Try to um have names that are shorter. That is say stop underscore btn. And if you're naming your objects like this, please have a standard, okay, and click OK. So let's now double click on this. We again come to this section, so you can see we again have the up, over, top and head, right? So let's click on over and press F6. We add a frame, and then you can change the color. So when it hits, okay, and if you go there, F6, you can change it to another color. There, you get something like that, right? So again, we can do the same thing for the play. Press F8, and we can do play underscore button. Again, double click F6. Let's change the color to something else. And F6, change the color to again black. Right. That is the button done. And I will not put any text underneath here because I think everybody knows that it's a stop and a play button, right? Now let's go on and add the sounds. Right, so the first thing is let's import the sound file to the library. So we have our sound file in the library, and I'll double click the play button and we'll add a new layer that will be the sound layer. So let's rename this. It will be the button, and this is the sound. right? So in the sound layer and the down, we want to create a keyframe, because once somebody clicks on this, then the action should start, right? The action should start. That means the sound should start playing. Now under properties, okay, under sound, make sure you have your background. Right. Right, make sure you have your this key selected background, and under sync list we'll select event. Okay, event should be selected, and then let's do a preview. You will hear as soon as you click play, right, the music will start playing and it will play the length of the music, right? Now what if you want to stop it? So let's program the stop button so that somebody, if they do not like that effect, they can go and stop it, right? So let's go out from here, double click on the um, stop button. Right, so basically again we'll create a new layer, so this will be the stop, and we want the music to stop playing when it is played, right? So we'll add a keyframe here, and then sound, we wanted this one, and event we want it to stop. And once you do that, you do a preview, control enter. Now if you play this music, music starts playing, and you can stop, play, and stop. So basically that is how you can add sounds to your buttons. Please do try these tutorials. These are very interesting tutorials, and do email me if you need any help regarding this. Thank you.